Hi, it's Raodasilver here, and you're welcome to my channel. Today's video is the continuation of our previous video. That is the part 2. So I'll go ahead to mark out my necessary horizontal lines, and I slope my shader with 1.5. If you haven't watched that video, please go and watch, because there are things I take my time to explain in that video which I did not really explain here. The difference between this and that is the fact that this one is pattern drafting, that one is freehand, and we draft this from scratch. So watch it if you haven't. Now I'll go ahead and mark and take out my dart there, 2 inches. This place we have to calculate it, but 2 inches is standard. 2 inches is standard, but you have to calculate it because your body silhouette determines what you take out there. Now from that place, I'll add 1 inches for joining the side to the side piece to the front piece, and then connect my dart to my bust point. To calculate my dart rib cage dart, that is my underbust dart, minus your underbust from your waist, from your bust, please, your bust, and that will give you your dart intake. That is what you use to be tightening your underbust. If you haven't watched the previous video, please do, because I take my time to explain some certain things there which I didn't really explain here. Now I'll go ahead to connect that point, then connect that point as well. Just follow what I told you, minus your bust from your underbust, and whatever thing you have is for your dart intake, your underbust tightening. Thank you. This is part 2. Part 3 is coming, which is we are going to be using our commercial pattern to draft this same thing, and in our part 4 we'll be comparing things to see which one goes best. After that, we'll go into armhole princess dart. This one is shoulder tape princess dart. We'll go into armhole princess dart in that one. So I'll go ahead to mark my bust arc. I will replace the dart I have there. After replacing the dart I have there, I'll mark extra 1 inch that I'll use to join both piece together, the front piece and the side piece together. So that is the extra 1 inches I'm going to mark there. Then I'll proceed and mark my side seam allowance. So I'll go ahead and repeat the same thing to the waist. My waist arc, replace the dart I took there, then mark 1 inches and another 1 inches for seam allowance. Then after that, we'll connect. Then we'll go ahead and connect. I will connect get the midpoint of my armhole and extend it inward and outward. Replace the dart that I have there and add extra 1 inches for seam allowance. Again, see me, I'll add it and then add extra 1 inch for seam allowance. Watch this previous video if you haven't. That way you can have a deeper understanding of what you are trying to do. I shaped that part with 1/2 inch. Now your body silhouette determines what you are really taking out there. Your body shape determines what you're taking out there. This one is not standard, but can use it. It's fine. Difference between my waist, my half length, my front and back half length is 2 inches. I'll go ahead and input it. This is what we did not do, part of the thing we did not do in our freehand. I'll go ahead to close my bust dart, and here is what we have. I'm going to connect it properly. Use a long French curve. I'm doing this at home at night, so my tools are at work, so I just have to drop this video. So I'm going ahead to cut this out. We are going straight to the back pattern. So I'll go ahead to mark out the necessary lines. Watch the first video if you haven't. By that way you can have a deeper understanding. Now I slope it with 1 inches and I extend that line. Now the same thing I did on the front is what I will be doing here. The difference is the connection of the dart. So I'll get the midpoint and extend it inward and outward as well. And then we'll go ahead and take out and mark our dart. Exact 2 inches that I mark at the front. From the shoulder tip there, I'll mark 1 inches, 2 inches, then I'll mark extra 1 inches for seam allowance. Then I'll connect. Now watch closely the way I connect. I will connect it to my bust point. This first one, I'll connect it to my bust point. Now look at what I will do now. I'll mark my 2 inches there. After that, I'll come up here and mark 2 inches on the bust point line in our front pattern, I mark that 2 inches on the under bust, but this one we're not going to mark it on the under bust. We mark it on the bust point. Then I'll go ahead and replace my dart there. After replacing the dart, I'll mark extra 1 inches for seam allowance. Then proceed and mark and measure my bust arc. Then replace the dart intake. After replacing the dart intake, I'll mark 1 inches to join the side piece and the center piece, and I'll mark 1 inches for my side seam allowance. I'll repeat the same thing to the waist. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe, like, comment, and share it with friends and family, and to stay tuned for the remaining part. So I will go ahead and shape that part with 0.2. If you have watched to this extent, please love this video, like it. Thank you. God bless you.